What, you're like, hi.
Hey everyone! Welcome to Empowered Vegans. I am Mariquita, or however you want to roll it. Solis, vegan empowerment coach, or you can call me MQ. So I am a. This is Empowered Vegans Livestream, right? So I'm caught off guard here because I'm having fun with Dina, Reverend Dina Minani Lauman. I don't know why I was like, oh, I'm trying to still roll my R's. But anyway, there's no R to roll. So, um, welcome everyone. Please give StreamYard permission to use your name so we'll know who's watching. We are going to be talking about Valentine's Day. so, yes. Hey, Claudia. Claudia Cassandra is here.
Claudia.
She's so sweet. So she is a Valentine. Let's see what other Valentines appear. So we are going to be tackling this little subject. There's another Valentine, Shanna C, who's out there busting her butt. And so Dina, welcome.
Should we go ahead and start our slides here?
Yeah, okay. Ready. Well, tell everybody, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Oh, is it in the slideshow?
Oh, okay. Yeah, my name is Dina Lauman. I am an ordained pastor in the United Church of Christ. I serve a small country church in Northern Illinois here, and I'm also a counselor. So I'm a vegan counselor and pastor, and the creator of the Well-Being, which is something we're starting as a place for people who are vegan and who are Christian and spiritual to have a place to be able to share and feel safe and share what it's like to be a faithful person who's also vegan, because sometimes it's hard to find that. So yes, great to be here. And this is like, we're going to be casual and we love participation and stuff like that. So we're really glad you're here.
Yeah, thanks for coming, and let us know who, I see Philip's here. Hi, Philip. And let us know if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to share with us. That's why we're here. And so we'll start our presentation, which is Heartfelt Healing Vegan Strategies for Valentine's Day Blues.
Mm-hmm. So we had a holiday magic discussion back right after Thanksgiving and before like the December holidays like Christmas, and it was celebrating holiday magic. And so we thought, part of that was that holiday magic is something that sometimes we struggle with through all the holidays. So Mariquita and I we're going to tiptoe through meander through the holidays this year every month and highlight the major holidays and finding ways that, we're struggling and ways that we can support each other for every holiday, because they all are kind of a struggle. So at some points, but we want to have the magic. So celebrating the Valentine's Day edition, as Mariquita mentioned, she's a vegan empowerment coach, a powerful, wonderful empowerment coach and person. And I'm Dina Lauman. So this is about finding the joy in the holidays, no matter what. So sometimes it seems like the holidays, like Valentine's Day isn't as big as the major holidays, like start September on to the end of the year. But it is a big holiday in some ways. And sometimes we want to just kind of forget it's there or whatever, but because of our struggles. So no matter what, because the holidays were made for magic, and there's so much cynicism and disappointment out there, that it's important to acknowledge that, but then also to embrace what makes the holidays wonderful, magical. And so this is real magic, not magic tricks. There's no trick in this. Life is full of real magic. And I know many of you out there know this already, the magic of our earth and of the animals, of people, of creation, of our connections and relationships. That's real. And magic not as a trick, but as discovering the real magic. And these holidays, they developed over time to be able to celebrate different aspects of life. Every day is a holiday. Every day is a day to celebrate magic. So who are we? We just mentioned that. Anybody have any questions on that? I can see that. If there's any questions, let me know.
No questions yet.
Mariquita and Dina.
Right. Who are we? We're people. Let me just answer this. I'll just say something. We're regular old people, just like you all. Regular old vegans that have the same issues, right? I mean, we still have the same thoughts and feelings that you all do. Wherever we are on the journey, we still have. I mean, we still can be triggered by these things that we're going to talk about. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in this together. And I'm a pastor, so I often tell my church, I'm in whatever I'm talking about, preaching about, I have experience. I'm in the vegan stew with you, So, I love to hear your ideas. Like, nobody has all the answers. We don't. And so we're just want to create community. So super excited to be here. So I want to know, how about you? Anybody who's on, what's your name, and do you have a favorite Valentine's Day food?
What's yours, Dina?
Oh, well, it has to be vegan chocolate. Vegan chocolate. That's my favorite Valentine's Day food. How about you?
Gosh, that's very hard. I don't know. I really love peanut butter chocolate things, so I would say that, yeah. Oh, and there's Shanasi talking about Justin's peanut butter cups all year long, just as I said that. So that popped up. Interesting. So we do have a question if you'd like to address it now, Reverend Dina.
Sure.
All right. How is the situation in a Christian camp? Is there much change towards a vegan lifestyle? This is from Claudia.
Hi, Claudia. I know you're a member of the Well-Being, and so glad to have you there. There's some change, but it is slow change. And, from when I started at my church, I actually wasn't vegan in 2011, November of 2011 to today, there is some movement, at least my church, where I am, they're aware of it, or my colleagues know that I'm vegan. I had a vegan ordination, food at my ordination, and other things like that too. So there's more awareness. There's still a lot of resistance, but it's just going to take a while. Our most recent at my church, we have a cute little therapy dog that's been coming. And so, there's a dog in my church now, which I'm head over heels over, of course. And so we're managing that, it's bringing it up more, but it's so slow for me in a way. But I have hope that it will change, because it has to, because that's what Jesus taught, was compassion. This God's creation that we're honoring. And so I think eventually it will happen, and it's better than it was. And I'm still in it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I actually had a friend tell me that I had recommended Forks Over Knives a while ago to her, and she said, well, we finally got around to watching it, me and my husband. He said, I'm never eating meat again. So that was amazing. Yeah, so that was really good. And then yesterday, a friend of mine came up to me, and we were talking, I don't know how it came up with dairy. And he listened. I started telling him about the dairy industry. And he said, we were talking about this live stream. I don't remember, because I think he asked, do you still do your podcast or something? And then we started talking. I said, this is what's happening tomorrow. Reverend Dina and I are going to be talking about this. But anyway, he asked about chocolates, right? And then he said, and then we talked about chocolates. The chocolate is vegan. So he was like, well, can you get the other chocolate? And I say, well, dark chocolate. And he said, well, that's better for you anyway. And then he said, I told him there's oat chocolate and stuff. So that was really inspiring, that he really wanted to hear it. I was able to give a lot of facts, because this was someone who was low-hanging fruit. and he listened. So that was wonderful.
Yes, chocolate has lots of antioxidants. The dark chocolate is good for us. So especially if it's made, with like oat milk or something like that. And I have found that over the years, if I just go for the low hanging fruit, pun intended.
Right.
That the people. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you for both of us. I'm not never give up hope. You either. And so I find that people are resistant, and I found it's easier or better to be more of an invitation and be an example than going hard with the anger and stuff. Because I used to be more like that, but it doesn't really work with people. Think about, like, if you feel judged or shamed or someone's angry with you, it tends to make you feel like you want to dig your heels in more. For me, it like sparks kind of brings up my pushback. So over time, that's good, Nancy. Yes, cruelty-free food. I love that. I love that so much. That. It's true.
I say cruelty-free most food.
People, they don't want to hurt animals. I mean, by and large, I'd say 90. Unless most people don't want to hurt animals, and so
what about animal-friendly food? I'm just trying, because like what you're saying about animals, like they don't want to hurt animals. What if we said animal-friendly or animal-loving food? I'm just trying to think about it.
Our words are so powerful, and we really have to watch what we say. Like Colleen Patrick Gaudreau does a lot of that in her podcast about our words that we use, or even getting away from like those horrible things, like kill two birds with one stone, to make it more like cut two carrots with one knife, and things like that. So it's embedded so much in our culture that even things like that we might even think about, including our investments too. So yes. So I'm wondering, like, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Anybody want to mention, or do you want to say, Mariquita, what does it mean to you?
What does it mean to me? I think it means, well, it's just another reminder of, it's kind of like another reminder to think back on the relationship, where are we, where can we do better, or, like what can we celebrate about each other, and what can we appreciate, really sitting in the moment of gratitude, I mean, if I had to, so my boyfriend is not, he's pre-vegan, let's say, we'll say that. Mm-hmm. And so what do I appreciate about him, and this is going back to Melanie Joy, he's a vegan ally, and I mean, he puts up with all my vegan talk, which is a lot. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and he puts up with me getting frustrated and stuff. So yeah, I mean, thank God he can put up with it, and so, but he also is doing his best, and I mean, he's a good person to practice on, also with patience and everything, and understanding and kindness. Mm-hmm. And I mean, people are all different. I mean, everyone is totally different, and that's one thing that I have to remember. So I mean, Valentine's Day means to me is really about embracing the person as they are, which doesn't mean that they can't grow, but what can we do to really make them feel loved? I mean, I'm talking about emotionally and spiritually, right? I'm not talking about buying or any of that, but I mean the spiritual soul connection.
To meet people where they are, and have people meet us where we are. We're evolving too. That's great. Anybody have an answer on the comments about what does Valentine's Day mean to you?
Let's see what we've got here from.
Wow. Cassandra, yep. Your sweet cat souls. That's Valentine. Right. Well, you're Valentine.
That is Valentine's, right? Yeah. Claudia. Yes, her sweet cat souls. That's beautiful. I love that. I remember the picture she sent me of her and her cats.
I love that.
I know, that's wonderful. Yeah, well, we're all each other's Valentines. I hope everyone here will be my Valentine.
Yeah, I'll be your Valentine. Everybody, we're all each other's Valentines. Let's all do that. Because I always ask this, like when I was at family dinners, like, what does Christmas mean to you? Like when we were eating, and they would be like, roll their eyes and stuff. But it's really a great question, what it means to you. Like, I remember just being a kid and my parents giving us Valentine's baskets, or at school. I remember doing the Valentines, and my son, when he was in school, for each other, and candy. And I just saw a post from one of my friends today. She's reminding us to tell people you love them. Tell the people that what you appreciate about them. And and tell our dogs and cats. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. You're on too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You're our Valentine too. I love it. I love that.
Amen to that. Yes, our cats, our dogs.
So we love you too. Like sharing the love. Don't just think it. Sometimes I think things and I think I say them, but I don't say them aloud. But it takes some vulnerability and courage to do that. To just to share. And that's what it means to me. It's about love. And there's a history there. It's a beautiful holiday with hearts and love, What could?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is what we make it. If we want to make it as something terrible, then it will be terrible. But if we want to really if we have like Claudia and her cats, like if we spend the day really honoring the cats and saying, I appreciate your beautiful purrs and your warm heart and your beautiful bodies and just everything about you, then it really becomes loving. I mean, this is like the energy, when I'm talking about Claudia's cats and her sharing love, that's like rippling out. I mean, I feel that joy and imagining her and the cats sharing love with each other, and this is all energy and it ripples to everywhere.
Yeah. God gives us our little furry Valentine and little animals, and the earth is. So, yeah. Anyone else have anything they want to say about what it means to you, Valentine's Day? So I just looked up a few definitions. This is from Wikipedia. And I'm like, where did it come from? There's a lot of, I don't know if anybody really knows, actually, exactly where it came from. It's originated as a Christian feast honoring a martyr named Valentine, and through later folk tradition, it's become a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. So there was a Valentine there somewhere, I think, and Saint Valentine, it sounds like some kind of a martyr at some point.
Right.
And then this one, it says, let's start from the beginning. Who was Saint Valentine? The better question is who were. Depending on who's counting, there are between 12 and 14 Saint Valentines, including a Spanish hermit and woman, Valentina. Did not know this. Turns out it was a pretty common name during the late antiquity. As far as anyone can tell, the Saint Valentine of Valentine's Day was one of two guys preaching the good word in Rome in the 3rd century. One of these two was martyred on February 14th, 269, giving us the date for this. How do you say that? Eponymous Day. Big word there. Yeah, so that's interesting. And then there's one more here I have. It could have been a Roman bacchanal. Bacchus in Greek mythology is the god of wine and vegetation. Sounds like he could have been vegan. We've heard of it's kind of like the most common explanation for how Valentine's Day came to be is the ancient festival of Lupercalia, a raucous wine-fueled fertility rite in which Roman men and women paired off. This theory has appeared in news articles for decades from the New York Times. Anybody planning to celebrate that way? The Bacchus way? With wine and wine.
I've done a lot of that already, so not anymore. In college, right?
So, yeah. Interesting. There's more out there. It'd be interesting to just take a Google search and spend some time. So we kind of touched on this a little bit. What do you like about Valentine's Day?
Go ahead, Dina.
I like the love. The history is interesting. I like the food. I love the chocolate. Our local vegan restaurant is all vegan. All day, every day. Pig Minds is having a Valentine's dinner. So.
Oh, Pig Minds, yeah. Genesee goes to Pig Minds.
Getting chocolate, yes, Genesee. Me too.
The hearts. Oh yeah, the hearts. You know what I like is those little Valentines we used to hand out. I love to go and pick out which package of Valentines I was going to give, and then I like to also look up old-timey Valentines. You can look up old-timey Valentines on the internet. They're really funny. They're really funny.
Yeah. My sister she just lives down the street from me, like about 5 blocks, but I got a card from her yesterday. It went all the way to Chicago back to me, and she sent one to our family, and it was such a nice surprise. It was really nice, and she sent it from her dog and her husband and her, and to my family, including our dog Miney, and it was sparkly heart with flowers, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
That is so sweet.
I like the cards too.
I'm glad you said that because I need to put some cards in the mail.
Me too.
For some Valentines that I have.
Anybody else? Anything else? So there's a lot to love about Valentine's Day. A lot. I mean, not people say, "Oh, it's a Hallmark day," but you know what? So what? If it's a Hallmark day, they make cards.
Well, it's more than a
Enjoy
Hallmark
it anyway.
day. You can make it more than a Hallmark day, right?
It's not really a Hallmark day either because it started a long time ago. Yeah, I'm okay with that. What are your struggles with Valentine's Day? What's hard about it?
Well, I'll say what I've heard from a lot of people is like, I'm alone and I'll never be able to find a vegan partner, right? I'm just going to be alone for the rest of my life. And then I'm reminded now that nobody wants me.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah. Oh, somebody who just broke up with their partner would be hard, for Valentine's Day, all the reminders, or if they're unwillingly single. Although we can have celebration of Valentine's Day of celebrating our own love for ourselves too. We need to do that. We should be loving ourselves. So, but it's a struggle. It's a struggle when I see all the Valentine's candy with milk in it and non-vegan, that I think when I see that, I don't see the chocolate. I see the mother cow or calf. It's like my mind just goes there, and that's painful, and it's kind of jarring.
And what can you do about that? I mean, so like if you have that thought, here is, I see the mother cow and I'm sad, and I have the sad thought. What can you do next to help yourself?
Well, I guess I could be thinking about our friend Shelley, and or wherever we have farm sanctuaries where the cows and their babies are together. And focus on that and just kind of override that and just say we're making strides though. We're making strides.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also thanking your beautiful heart, like, oh, I'm so thankful that you care, right? That I have a heart that is loving and caring, and just kind of even touching your heart and saying, thank you, I see that you're hurting, acknowledging her.
Yeah, like this.
Because thank God we have these hearts, because if we didn't, we wouldn't be sitting here on this, on this, whatever it is, live stream. If we had cold hearts, we'd just be like,
Yeah. Because, that's... So, anybody else have anything they want to mention as their struggles?
Well, I think that struggle about, nobody wants me, I'm just unlovable, which is sad. A lot of people feeling that I'm unlovable. I mean, like now it's come back to Valentine's, and here I am all alone, and I'm that nobody loves me, and nobody's ever going to want me. Really getting over that, which is very sad. I mean, But what I loved what you said was about self-compassion and loving yourself first.
Right. That's where all the love, and God loves us unconditionally more than we can imagine.
Right. Well, it has to start at home. We have to see our own beauty.
Yeah. So, okay, anybody else on this one? Nope. Okay, let's go on. And, oopsie, here we go. And this is something from Shanice when we did this at VIM. Oopsie, okay. And she brought up this quote, and this is true. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. And thank you, Shanice, again for this wonderful quote, because it's true, especially as vegans, to kind of be aware of how we're making people feel. Because if we make them feel shamed and rejected, they're probably going to shut down, and they're probably not going to be as open to the vegan message than if we make them feel loved and accepted and have patience. So I love that quote.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's so true, and when people feel good around you, well, they're going to listen to you. They're going to want to. They'll be interested in what you have to hear. That's the thing.
Right. So this was from, this is the basic holiday magic Venn diagram. It was used for Christmas and Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever other holidays, Thanksgiving. But the holiday magic in the middle, we can get that by staying positive, managing our stress, and respecting ourselves. And so it's 1, 2, 3, holiday magic applies to every holiday. So respecting everyone, staying positive, and managing stress. So respecting everyone, like we just said, including ourselves. And like what my Angela said, to respect everyone, even though it might be hard, or maybe people aren't respecting us either. So if that's going on, we need to be, tender with ourselves too. And this is more of a health issue, like your body's never not looking. Dr. Michael Clapper's quote that our body is aware of what we're doing and what we're eating. And maybe on Valentine's Day, we may have some chocolate in that, whatever. So it's,
yeah, but don't eat the whole box of chocolate, please.
Right. Yeah, maybe not the whole box. Maybe the chocolate.
Remember, we told you here, don't eat the whole box.
Yes. Yes. So anyway, respecting ourselves, respecting others, respecting the animals, the earth, and it's okay to say no, and we're going to expect it. Even in this holiday, there's an endless supply of pleasure traps and a supply of maybe more unhealthy things to eat, and just to be aware of it and be prepared.
And then, and boundaries, like you're saying.
Boundaries.
It's okay to say no. Remember your boundaries, but you can do that with kindness and strength, like a gorilla does.
Yeah.
Very strong, and they don't have to fight. They just stand strong and let people know. This is the way it's going to be.
It's just no is a complete sentence, as I've heard often. It's hard to say sometimes. Yeah.
I was saying hi to JJ.
Yeah. So anyway, so respect everyone, respect yourself. Just keep that respect going. It's easy to fall into the trap of going down if you're triggered emotionally. So if I have some strategies to be able to pull yourself together, because when our brain is triggered, we're like back in the time of the saber-toothed tiger. Like we don't even think clearly when we're really emotionally triggered. This is survival feeling. So give yourself 6 seconds or so to take a breath and get back into your emotional, rational mind to be able to know what to say next. And I always think about things that I should have said several days later.
No, you're right, but I love that, and JJ saying hello, and comments are coming in like crazy, I guess. Deep breathing has helped me. It's very true. Even this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, and I was leaving JJ a message, and I was like, trying to take some deep breaths, because, there's all sorts of bumps around the turn. You never know, and but anyway, deep breathing is very important, and really being compassionate to yourself. So building that compassion muscle for yourself. Wait, let me see here. I see that Mandy is here. Oh, and yes, love that no is a complete sentence. I know, that's great, Dina.
I like JJ's too, what you said also. Deep breathing. You'll have some things in your pocket to be able to deal with this, because it's going to happen. And we think, we're never going to be done with it. It's like, has anybody ever read the book, The 4 Agreements? And one of them is, that's such a good book. He talks about being a warrior, but not in a way of fighting, but just being ready to fight the fight, but in a peaceful way. And so there's a sense of, the things that he says to do in those 4 agreements. Just look up, the book is really great. Are things that you just kind of have to keep with you, including when we're going to be, it's like when we think we're done is when it's going to happen. Like when we get, we kind of have to stay. We don't want to be paranoid, but anybody else have anything for respecting everyone? Stay positive. No, this is not about being like toxic positivity, like, everything's great, ignoring it. Sometimes it's hard to even face things, but what we focus, acknowledge the difficulties, but don't stay there in that rut. We focus on growth. And so, like you said, you asked me that question, what do I do when I see the vegan chocolate or the non-vegan chocolate? I can acknowledge my feelings and then focus on something else.
Then you shift to Shelley. So I remember I was interviewing before I was a vegan coach, a lady who had had trauma and brain injuries, and she was saying, if you have that one thought and one thought that hurts or negative or something, you've got to
Right.
replace it with three positive thoughts. So,
Right.
like, that I feel sad about this. Okay, well, Shelley's really working hard with her sanctuary. And,
Yeah.
that then you just think about more and more. The practice those muscles because that's what it takes practice and not pretending like,
Right.
things
Gotta
are
be
all perfect.
real. Oops, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm just saying that, we have to like look at things without, we can look at things emotionally and realize like we can be thinking from like, we can try to logically get out of things sometimes, but really where we need to address is our hearts. We can logically think our way out of it, but what is our heart telling us? And our heart wants to be heard. So letting our heart, feeling the heart, whatever the heart has to have to give, feel that and love her for that. Love that heart that is so caring and beautiful and acknowledge her and allow her to be sad.
Right. Right. And one thing of Doug Lyle, I think Doug Lyle wrote a book, Pleasure Trap. Has anybody read that? It's just like why we can't, it's hard to sometimes do things that are good for us. And he suggests there's scientific strategies to help us stay positive. Is just, he says, like with family and friends, you just don't say a word, don't call attention to your veganism. There's just a tendency that might poke holes and sabotage that. And it can make them feel bad, be vague. Our holiday tables or holidays are not times to share this. Bring amazing food if you're going to be with someone, or have amazing food and eat before and shift on the vegan food, the plant-based food. And so he just, talks about just kind of being a little vague about it. We don't have to say a lot about it. Or like if I see, we want you to spill our love and compassion and the joy. And if we are angry, yes, that's so true. We'll splash on them our frustration and anger. And so, if I see somebody eating non-vegan chocolate, I'm not going to be like, oh, the dairy, just, we know, like you said, the low-hanging fruit, the people who are more open, but we have to be really self-aware about what we're doing, like what JJ said too, so that we are an example and sharing.
You're right. And I love what you said there. Self-aware, right? How we're showing up for other people. Are we looking at it from just simply non-judgmental point of view? How did I appear to that person without saying, well, I screwed it up, but to look at it just calmly and rationally and to be able to evaluate how did that interaction go? And what could I do better next time possibly? But how can I still give myself credit for what I did? And what's so funny is that I have some exercises about going out into nature and asking permission. Like I'm asking the tree permission. Can I spend a few minutes with you, beautiful tree? And so not only would I ask the tree, but I would ask the person or be more aware of, is this person receptive to me? May I? Do you have some time to talk? Would you like to, this is just very considerate. It's going a step further, and it's something I need to practice on in my life. This more awareness about relationships with trees, rocks, leaves of grass, or human beings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Feeling that we're all one and the same. Don't let opinions and words of others dictate how I'm going to feel. The idea that others' opinions of us are none of our business, that idea, or in the 4 agreements, one of the ones of the agreements is don't take anything personally.
Right, I have them right here. Don't take anything personally. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best.
What is his name again? Ruiz?
His name is Don Miguel Ruiz.
Yeah. So it's true, and it's such freedom. But I have had a lot of lessons lately about not letting opinions of others dictate how I'm going to feel. I struggle with that a lot. But it's so freeing when I just let it go. You really need to develop that as a vegan for sure. I just never knew it'd be such a struggle.
No, I mean, we all want to be loved and we all want to be liked. I think,
Mm-hmm.
I think when we accept, okay, everybody's not going to like me. I know it's shocking, but I
No,
mean, not
yeah.
everybody's
Who
going to like
like
me.
you? Oh my God.
Not everyone's going to like me. Not everybody's going to like what I think, or not everybody's going to want to hear me. Some people I probably might drive crazy. So, I mean, once I accept that, then I think I can be a lot happier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And look at what Claudia's saying. Well, Claudia Cassandra, I'm always connected with my trees. I look up every morning into the sky where the sun appears, even when it's clouded. The sun is there. This gives an amazing feeling. I know the sun is always there. Sometimes we might not even see the sun, but the
It's
sun is
beautiful.
there.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Right. We have another comment here. What's been so frustrating is the toxic positivity and not wanting to go there to address the difficulties. It's not dwelling on them, but if there isn't basic acknowledgement, how can we improve? So we can't change what we can't acknowledge. So I'm going to go back to the other comment.
Mandy, I like your
Toxic.
picture. The cow. Well, I think we do need to acknowledge the difficulties and share those and acknowledge them ourselves, because it is difficult. But we don't want to stay there, because personally I think it's very hard on us, our mental well-being too, and emotional well-being, like who among, and so it's just a fine balance, I think, between acknowledging and embracing the positive, but you don't want to ignore the difficulties.
Right. And so I guess Mandy's talking about vegans, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, I mean, and still we don't even see what people are going on behind the scenes. I wonder if a lot of times if people think I'm always positive. I mean, I'm happy, right? But I still have to go through the struggles, right? I'm still like in my own personal life, I'm still struggling here. But if I'm getting on here, most of the time I'm working hard to be very, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no, I mean, it's hard. I mean, even this morning was very hard for me. I'm not going to go into it, but just having to accept things and, you wonder, sometimes you just really feel let down by people. And it's hard to accept things. But I think for me, I'm just very thankful for you all. I mean, that's really, thank goodness that you all are here, because what would I do without you if it was just me? I mean, just me in a tunnel. That was actually what I was visioning, just myself in this tunnel all by myself. It's like, why can't anyone hear me? Right? And yeah, so it's challenging. And I had to just take a breather for a while, and even said, I'm going to just take a break. I actually called one of my friends who was not vegan, because I thought, let me just take a break from this vegan activism all the time. Let me call someone who's not vegan. Is not going to want to hear it, and I'm not going to have to, he's not ready, which is fine. He wants to hear it some. He eats vegan around me, but let me call someone that, I can kind of step away from this area of challenge right now, and so I can better myself, get in a better headspace. Because really, we have to be aware of what we need to do to heal our pain, what works for us, to do that, and to allow it.
As a Christian pastor, I think of Jesus as example, and he had a great positive major message, but he wasn't always. He acknowledged difficulties, and he wasn't always happy. He got angry. He did pull away a lot. He had lots of crowds around him, so there's many places in the Bible where he pulled away to pray, just basic self-care, like on the mountain alone. He was sad. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he was afraid. And so we're not going to get away from difficulties. The key is managing them and having those tools like the breath that JJ mentioned, or things that we know we can do. And we might need, like I've done that. I have Mariquita, my friend, and the other day is struggling. I let her know. She's like, let's talk on the phone. I got off that phone call, 100% better. And so
I felt great too.
Yeah, me too, and so because it is kind of hard, you feel you're out there isolated, but you're not, and you got us you could contact and each other. So definitely in some way to acknowledge the difficulties, if you want to share with other people, is to recommend like maybe a documentary or two, and then that difficulty can be expressed. They can see it in the film, like Forks Over Knives, or and that's a way also that you can share the difficulties but not say them all yourself. Just they'll watch that. Maybe, yeah. I don't know what Earthlings. I haven't seen that one yet, but
Which one?
Earthlings. I wouldn't recommend. I would do like Forks Over Knives or The Game Changers or a Prayer for Compassion. That's
A prayer for compassion.
I'm scared too.
That's good. That's a good idea. Prayer for compassion. I should have recommended that instead of Dominion, but I don't know. I'm up the other day on my post, but it's all good. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's all good.
Let the films speak for themselves.
Yeah. It's all good. Someone did ask me for that link. They couldn't. They said, "Where is it?" And so that was wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Cool. For Dominion or which one?
Dominion. Yeah. I mean, Dominion is a powerful title.
It is. It's in the Bible. We've misinterpreted it, but it's in there.
Right.
So the third thing is managing stress. Again, I couldn't recommend this more. The Pleasure Trap and David Kessler, The End of Overeating. It talks about, putting your fears to rest, have a strategy mapped out, not an indulgence party. But if you slip up and eat something, this is more like if you're eating for health, just don't beat yourself up. Just keep going. Step up and go. No shaming. Don't shame yourself. No shaming anybody. And the Doug Lyle book is just fascinating. I love. I'm reading it again. He's in Forks Over Knives, and he talks about how this is more like when we're trying to get away from unhealthy food, that food is actually hits our brain in the same areas, like it's an addiction kind of thing, and a pleasure zone. We're programmed to seek pleasure and avoid pain and minimize our effort. And so his is, and he gives some real great strategies about how to navigate through life as a vegan. And so then there's also David Kessler, The End of Overeating, Sugar, Oil, Salt, Breaking Free from the Pleasure Traps. And the conglomerates are doing this to hook us on their food. 30 added teaspoons of sugar a day Americans consume. And I just said, this is something I just added. They don't care about us. In fact, it feels they don't care about us. So we have really vigilant there.
The movie, the documentary, They're Trying to Kill Us is free this month. That just reminded me when you said they don't care about us. So check into that, y'all. They're Trying to Kill Us.
Yeah.
And also, if you're liking this, please subscribe to our channels and Facebook pages. Let me get a little promo in here. Okay. Give me 1 second.
And more. Yeah. So just check in with us. But
make sure you do that.
They don't care about us in that the money is more important, and they don't care about the animals for sure, and don't even care about the earth. I mean, just some of those choices pretty evident. So
let's see here.
So there's some quotes for you to bring with you to remind yourself of some things if you to focus on respect, positivity, managing stress, and holiday magic. And I had these I did a in-person event, and I had little bracelets, and they said we need to have the courage to do anything. It takes courage.
Amen.
What we're doing.
That's what got me out of my sadness and really just feeling so awful this morning. I was like really in the sense of really, because of what we're talking about,
right.
Just feeling so sad. But courage was what was able to pull me out of it.
Yeah.
So we can be sad, but we can be courageous too. And here's a comment from Mandy. Have you seen Farm to Fridge? What the hell? They're trying to kill us are all amazing. Documentaries. Haven't been able to watch Dominion or Earthlings yet. I've heard they're very, very. Yeah, I would recommend don't watch them. Please don't watch them because you know. I mean, we don't want to traumatize ourselves anymore. Definitely. Wait a minute. And so, oh yeah, and also I'm starting a group coaching program. Reach out to me because I'd love to have y'all. If you're interested, just check me out. Message me, and I'd love to get you in my group. Here's another comment from Mandy. Just saw they're trying to kill us yesterday. Absolutely stunned. What is that about? Very shocking and highly recommended. I think, I don't know. I really don't know what it's about. But so let us know, Mandy. What were you going to say, Dina, when I interrupted you rudely?
Me? Oh, no, I just, these are things you could write down. There's like about 6 of them, I think, and put them in your pockets, stick them all over your house, to remind yourself, like you said, Mariquita, the courage. When you're getting discouraged, put sticky notes around your house. I got the courage to do anything, to remind yourself of your commitment and focus on respect, positivity, and managing your stress. So the courage to do anything. Bring smiles to the world, not toxic positivity, just smile. Sometimes you don't even know if you smile at someone in the grocery store, it may be the only smile they get. Nothing is a small.
And then when you smile, your body, the neurotransmitters release chemicals to calm your body when you smile.
So smiles, courage. Believe in yourself. Sometimes if you feel like you're the only one in this, it doesn't mean you're wrong. Believe in yourself.
When you do this, I'm going to keep interrupting you, Dina. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right.
I was just going to say, when you do this, then you're releasing testosterone.
Ooh.
Then we need a shot of testosterone. Come on.
And each of us is profoundly worthy, more than we can imagine. We're created by our Creator who loves us more than we can imagine also. And so remember to believe in ourselves. I think there's a lot of issues going on about worthiness, that we don't feel worthy. We all kind of struggle with that in some ways.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I'm going to have a 4-week group coaching talking about I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, and I'm invisible. I think those are the 3 things we're going to talk about during the 4 weeks, the big blocks. So that's going to be interesting because those are holding people back. I'm not worthy.
Yeah, and that's where it starts, to seeing other people as worthy too.
Right.
Dream big. This is our lives. We're living our lives now. When we're 100 years old, or 110, because we're vegan, we're 110 looking back at our lives. People say, and this is for the regrets of people who are passing, that they regret more of what they didn't do. And I think we keep ourselves small to try to be safe, but that's actually a more risky thing to do than just going for it. Dreaming big, the world's waiting for that from you, from us, to not just to go big. And I have a coach here says a wow level life. To live that is possible.
A what?
A wow level life. W-O-W, wow level life.
Wow level life.
And what else do we have here? And then create the life that you dream of. No one else is going to do it for us. I've heard that saying, create a life that you not need to take a vacation from. So I still think vacations are fun. So that you're not trying to escape or, create the life that you dream of. Once you start that, there's a spiritual energy that comes up. I believe that will help you.
Oh, that's true. Once you start aligning with that.
Like people like Mariquita, that I would never have known. I couldn't even imagine how wonderful you are, and people and all of you here today. But you say yes and you step into it, then the universe, God, Creator will this is a quote, the Goethe quote about, or I think it's Anne Sullivan, about once you step in, to, I could put that on the comments, like all kinds of things happen for us. So be bold. And we could be, we're here with each other to be bold and inspire the world to change. I think that's the word. You know, I'm again as a pastor, I'm thinking of Jesus. I think what he did, he didn't like hit people over the head, and he didn't, you know, he inspired. It was invitation. It was like he had us. He said, "This is the good news, and follow me." And he put his hands out and said, and then some people did, and some didn't. But it was a gentle invitation for, and I mean, not that he didn't get mad and say things sometimes, but to change the world. And did he ever change the world?
Yeah, and he was human. I love it. You know, not that he didn't get mad. He was. We're all human, right? And so was he. So we have another.
I can't wait for that movie, Cassandra. Cannot wait. It's coming.
By Kip Anderson. And then here's the one about they're trying to kill us. It's a documentary about injustice and racism, how the government has purposely created food deserts, I think, and to deny healthy foods to low income and specifically targeted people of color. Okay, so that's on my list. And
yeah, me too. Me too. Thank you, Mandy. Put on our list. So, so a few more of these. Focus on being a radiant lighthouse. I love that quote by Rip Esselstyn. That's what we are, and that people in the darkness, they see our light that we give, and they will hopefully be drawn to us. But
they will be.
And then let people come to us in some ways. That's kind of been my thing lately, instead of like grasping. And I want to thank, this is reference, Shancy helped me with this. She gave me the quote and other input. And then there was a Plant Strong webinar with Rip Esselstyn about how to survive and thrive with this holiday season without fighting with your family, gaining a bunch of weight, or depriving yourself of holiday joy. Or throwing, he called it like grenades. So I want to thank you. And if you're interested, here's Mariquita. You want to get in touch with her.
DM me.
You get empowerment coaching, and then this is me. I have a private Facebook group right now. I'm working on a website. My email, my name.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the earth.
Yeah, I love it too. I'm so glad I got to include that.
Shancy helped me with that. That logo. Shancy helped me with that logo.
Oh, she did. I love your logo. The colors are gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful logo. So we're here. Right. We're here for you and here for each other.
Look, I got a little horn.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, we're here for you, right? And remember, we're all each other's Valentines. We're not alone. Can you all hear this if I hit this bell? Can you all hear it?
Yeah, the bell.
I don't know if they can hear it, but I was just wondering because I don't know. On Zoom, you can't always. Janice says yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, good. That's more healing. Healing.
Is this helpful for everybody? You think you'd be interested in a romp through the years, holidays? We could talk about our struggles, and we can talk about it's interesting, maybe some of the background and where they came from, and just have time together to share if we are struggling. Because it's just not the big holidays; it's every holiday. You know, we'll get into 4th of July with barbecues and all that, but we'll be offering that.
Yeah, and I made something. I think it was like $20 for Christmas, but it's applicable at any time. It's animal wisdom for the Christmas holidays, but I mean, we can still learn from the animals anytime.
Yeah.
And I'll see like a hawk flying out, and they're very graceful, very elegant, and flying high and being beautiful examples. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's all we're wanting to do, is be examples and, shining stars for pre-vegans. So always remembering that people, we don't know really where they are on their journey. I mean, like my friend's husband has said, I'm never eating meat again now. I mean, who would have thought? So I planted that, I told her, I don't know, it was months and months and months ago that I said, sent her Forks Over Knives to watch. And I didn't know he was going to watch it too. So
Yeah.
you never know what's going to happen.
Just mostly, be very kind with yourself. If we mess up and say something we didn't want to say, forgive yourself. You've got to make amends or whatever. Just be really kind to yourself, because you're kind people and you deserve compassion too.
Right. I mean, yeah, we all do it. We all beat ourselves up, right? But, and that's okay. Hey, just catch ourselves, say, oh my goodness, I didn't mean that. Sorry. Really, what I meant to say was, hey, you're beautiful. I didn't mean you're an idiot. So just laugh it off, and just go on, right? We don't want to be caught on speed bumps. Right. So, yeah. So what are you planning for the Valentine's Day, Dina?
Me? I don't know yet. I may go. I'd like to go to Pig Minds for their vegan special, the vegan veg Valentine's Day special. I've done that before. It's my favorite restaurant. How about you?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think about it. I have a hard time picking restaurants. We'll see what happens. I always like Louis to be included too.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
He's a good boy. He's unfortunately sleeping through the live stream, but I think he's a pro. He doesn't really get stressed out about holidays. He knows Anyway, well, is there any more questions or anything, anybody? Let us know. Well, first of all, you can find me on Facebook and DM me. Like I said, I've got the coaching program starting very soon, so please contact me about that if you want to get involved. And if you have any struggles or anything about any issues with it, just let me know. And then for Dina, where can they find you?
You can find me at The Wellbeing. It is it's a private Facebook group. So that's why I keep it private too. So if you can't find it there, just send me a message on Messenger, or email me at thewellbeing269@gmail.com. Thewellbeing at 269@gmail.com.
Great. All right. Well, is there anything else you wanted to say, Dina?
No, I guess I say Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's, everybody. I'll be thinking about all y'all. Yeah, Mandy, Shanacy, Philip. Who else is here? JJ and
Cassandra's here still?
Brad, right, Dina? Brad.
Oh, is Brad on here?
No, he's not, but I thought we better include him in the Happy Valentine's.
Oh, yeah, Brad. My husband.
Brad, James.
Yeah, my husband. Yeah. And my dog.
Right.
And my family and friends.
Right.
How about you? Would you have anything you want to say?
Well, I just want to say thanks for joining us, y'all. And, I'm holding a special place in the heart. You know what? I can end with a little guided meditation, a guided little quietness.
Sounds good. Okay. That sounds good.
Okay, let's close our eyes and we'll just breathe in this beautiful Valentine's love and light that's shining in all of our hearts. And we just feel it in this beautiful circle, this quietness of love, honoring all of us, everything we're doing on our activism journey, knowing that we are the shining stars, the shining hearts of vegan love, and honoring ourselves with big love and big light, celebrating us, everything we're doing, knowing that we are divine saviors in this world, and just honoring this quiet, beautiful, sacred circle today, sending this love out to all the animals on the planet, and just feeling that love coming back to us now, holding this love in our heart. just keeping it quietly in our heart, forever rippling out through the universe. Aho.
Mhm.
Amen. Also, aho, amen.
Is it? Amen. Is that we did a namaste vegan?
Namaste, vegan, everyone. All right, I guess we'll say goodbye.
So, see you until next time. How's it?
Yes, until next time, all of it.
Goodbye until next time. Okay. Thank
Goodbye
you.
until next time. Thanks, everybody.